Rise and shine, everybody. This is Belinda with the Pampered Chef, and I thought I'd take a moment today to let you all in on a few secrets with the new product that Pampered Chef brought out on June 1st, and that is the cold brew pitcher. So if you really love coffee, and you've heard about cold brew, but you've never tried it, oh my goodness. It is the smoothest tasting coffee that there is. And I'll tell you a little bit about that and why a little bit later. Maybe you love cold brew coffee already and you go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts every morning for your nice cold brew coffee and you spend $3 to $5 on a large cup of cold brew coffee. Ha! Anyway, so what is all the hula about cold brew coffee? So cold brew, it's a method of brewing your coffee with cold or room temperature water. When you brew with cold water, your coffee is just so smooth tasting. It's less acidic, it's richer, and it's just so much better for your belly. Believe me. I know that when I drink hot coffee, I get tremendous heartburn. And the heartburn, I thought, was always from the caffeine in coffee. Well, I got to thinking after, I said, self, why is it I don't get heartburn when I drink a soda? Well, that's got caffeine in it. So I kind of thought, you know what, I'm going to try the cold brew coffee and make myself a nice cold brew coffee and see what happens. And I found out that my heartburn was coming from the acid that comes out of your hot brewed coffee. So, and the reason is because the hot water actually extracts the acid from the coffee beans. So brewing it with cold water, it's less acidic and it's so much better for you. So I have now moved myself to cold brew coffee. And this is why I'm here this morning with you, is because I need to make some more because I do not have any more. So this morning I have to have a hot cup of coffee. Anyway, so why don't they just call it iced coffee? It's cold brew, right? You pour it on some ice. So why don't they just call it iced coffee? Well, iced coffee is hot brewed, poured over ice, or put in a cooling tank, like at Dunkin' Donuts, so that when they do pour it over the ice, it doesn't melt all your ice. But it does actually water down your coffee. But it's still hot brewed, which means it's still got the acid in there that I don't want. So here are the pieces. I'm going to let you see a few of the pieces here. So first of all, you've got your lid. It's the cute little Pampered Chef gray color. Now inside, this is the way it's packed. So inside you have got this is the plastic infuser for iced tea. Yes, you can make iced tea with this. And then you've got your funnel, and then you've got your metal infuser. So what I've been hearing is it's very difficult, because this is the way it's packed, for people to try to figure out how the heck do you get this infuser to come down here. Well, don't be afraid. It's gonna look kind of like this. And at first, when you first do it, just kind of push down on this gray ring. Don't push in the center, because that is part of your metal infuser, which has a bunch of little holes in it. You really don't want to pop that. But just take your fingers and kind of maneuver it around. And it might be really tough to get out the very first time, but it does pop out in that direction. So again, you're going to actually just take this and you just kind of maneuver it back and forth until the first time you take it out, then it actually comes right out and usually pops out pretty easy. So, and Now it's not going to, but that's all right. You too can be a Pampered Chef consultant. I'll put it in there back the right way because as you saw, mine comes out pretty easy. Okay. I love it when this happens at my parties. Then they can see that I'm just a normal Pampered Chef consultant that really doesn't know what they're doing. Anyway, so you've got these little pitons right here, and inside the funnel, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got like a groove that you'll actually just take those little pitons and put them in there and then twist clockwise. So now your funnel and your metal infuser is ready. So you're going to actually take it and just stick it inside your cold brew like this. Now we also have this really cute little gray sweater with some buttons on it. And it just makes it easier for gripping. And if you do happen to make tea in it, you do that with hot water or warmer water. So, but that's the gist of the pieces. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 cup of coarsely ground coffee. Now, the very first time I tried it, I really wanted to do it really fast and see what was going on. What happens is the coarse ground coffee actually has air able to get around inside, around the coffee grounds. If it's your normal drip coffee or something like that, it gets kind of packed, so it takes a little while for the water to go through and stuff. So we highly recommend you use the coarse ground. And I don't know if you can see that, but I just went to the grocery store and ground it coarsely. So it's 1 cup of coffee, and you just kind of pour it in the funnel. Whoa, and then you make a mess, but that's all right. I should have had my funnel with me. So now I've got a little mess, but again, that's okay. So inside here now is I've got my ground coffee, and I've got some inside, and I certainly don't want that in my cold brew coffee. So I'm just going to rinse it out. And there we go. We've got our cold brew, the coffee is in there. So now you're going to take 4 cups of either room temperature or cold water. Now, what I've been using is my Easy Read measuring cups. I love these because you can stand up and see all the nomenclature and stuff on the cup itself. So it's so much easier. And you just slowly pour it in. So now the water is seeping through the grounds pretty nicely. You'll see them start rising up to the top, but you just slowly pour it in there. And this Easy Read measuring cup, these are awesome because this one here goes up to 4 cups. And then there's 3 to a set. And I've got the 2 cup one here. But what is really awesome about these Easy Read measuring cups is, I don't know if you can see it, but you can do ounces. It goes all the way down to 2 ounces and all the way up to 32 ounces. And then cups all the way down to 1/4 of a cup. So you can use this one for so much of your baking. Then I'm going to use the 2 cup with only 1 cup of water in here, and I'm going to pour that in there. And I don't know if you can see, but my coffee is starting to brew already just from pouring it all in there. Now what I'm going to do once I've got all of my water in there and it's seeped through, I am going to take this, and you can either leave it right on your countertop for a while. They recommend 18 to 24 hours. And then I'm going to take this whole filter system out and recover it again with my cover, and I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator. This lasts for about a week. No way in my house, and I'm the only one that drinks coffee. So, but it does make, it's 5 cups of cold water. And again, 1 cup of ground coffee, coarsely ground coffee. I'm going to snap the lid back on. Now what I do is, because I probably would drink this whole entire pitcher in a day. So what I do is my cold brew pitcher has always got coffee in it. And what I do is I take my quick stir pitcher, and once this has sat for 18 to 24 hours, I will actually take this, pour it in my pitcher, and right away I make another one. It's never in my refrigerator for up to a week or so. Never ever, and I'm sure it wouldn't be if you're a coffee lover. But so then what I also do is, when I make mine, I do pour my cold brew on top of a little bit of ice. And since granulated sugar, now it is really smooth and you can drink it black, and that's what I'm aiming for, but I haven't really gotten there yet. The granulated sugar does not melt too good in the cold brew since it's cold. Sugar only melts if it's hot, right? So what I do is I make a little simple syrup in my silicone prep bowls, right in the microwave. It's very, very simple. There's a set of 3, I believe, and they all come with their covers, and they have a nice snap to them. So, but equal parts sugar, equal parts water, and then I just stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time till all the sugar is all melted. So when I'm making my cold brew, I'll actually take some and I'll pour it on a little bit of ice and add a little bit of simple syrup that I make. I mean, my goodness, you could make this a flavored syrup, put a little vanilla extract in it or whatever, depending on how you like your coffee. But you can also use decaf coffee in here. So, and flavored coffees. Right now I have French vanilla, because I'm a French vanilla freak. But make a mocha frappuccino and add a little bit of ice cream on the top. There's so many things you can do with the cold brew pitcher. One other thing I do want to tell you about is, if you're looking at this, my dog, I'm going to shut the door. That didn't work. Anyway, I'm almost done, and figures, right? So if you've seen this before, you think you've seen it before because you've been with Pampered Chef for a while, what you probably are seeing is the little sister, which was the iced tea maker. And if you have this iced tea pitcher, then it's very simple. You can keep it yellow because all of this was for, hot water and stuff. The only thing it didn't have inside is the interior guts. All it had was for the tea. So if you've already got this pitcher, all you have to do is buy a replacement part for this one and get that metal infuser. That's what you need to be able to make your cold brew coffee. So this one had a cute little zipper versus the sweater type of thing, the ribbed sweater. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and more videos to come, I'm sure. I think the next one I am probably going to do for all of you is the vegetable spiralizer. So have a great day, and for now, goodbye from Bee's Kitchen.